The final battle had begun. Above Olympus, the heavens were no longer blue. They were black. Nyx covered the sky like an endless ocean of darkness. Below her stood Zeus, lightning burned in his hand. But Zeus knew something the others didn't. The lightning had one final strike left. And after that, it would disappear forever. Nyx raised one hand. She didn't scream. She didn't need to. The darkness itself obeyed her. A wave of black energy swept across Olympus. Temples disappeared. Mountains cracked. The gods were thrown backward. And Zeus realized they were completely outmatched. Poseidon was thrown into the mountains. Ares disappeared beneath the ruins. Hades struggled to keep the gates of the underworld closed. Even the Titans began to fall. Athena looked toward Zeus. For the first time, she saw something different in his eyes. Not fear, decision. Athena finally understood what Zeus was planning. He wasn't preparing to defeat Nyx. He was preparing to sacrifice the lightning. The weapon that had made him king. The weapon he had spent the entire story trying to recover. If Zeus unleashed its final power, the darkness could be destroyed. But the lightning would disappear forever. And without it, Zeus would never be the same. Zeus looked down at the mortal world. Millions of people were trapped beneath the darkness. They had never asked for the gods' war. They didn't know Zeus. They didn't worship Nyx. They simply wanted to survive. And suddenly, the king of Olympus understood. Being a god wasn't about ruling the world. It was about protecting it. Zeus raised the lightning. Every god looked toward him. The Titans stopped fighting. Even Erebus froze. Because they all knew. This was the final moment. Zeus gathered every remaining spark of divine power into one weapon. The sky turned blue. The darkness began to retreat. And Zeus charged toward Nyx. Lightning collided with darkness. The impact shattered the heavens. For a moment, there was no Olympus, no earth, no sea, no underworld, only light and darkness. Nyx pushed forward. Zeus pushed harder. The lightning began cracking. His weapon was breaking apart. But Zeus refused to let go. Because behind him was humanity. And he had finally chosen. Then, Zeus released everything. The final lightning bolt exploded. It traveled across the heavens, through the darkness, through the clouds, and into the earth. For one impossible moment, the entire world became light. Then silence. The lightning was gone, forever. When the light disappeared, Zeus was standing alone. His lightning was gone. His crown was cracked. His armor was damaged. But the world was alive. The sun returned. The oceans calmed. The darkness disappeared. Zeus looked at his empty hand. For the first time, he wasn't angry. He smiled. Because he finally understood something. He hadn't lost his power. He had discovered it. The gods rebuilt Olympus. The Titans returned to their ancient prisons. Erebus disappeared into the shadows. And Nyx returned to the darkness from which she came. But Zeus never recovered his lightning. And strangely, he never asked for it back. Mortals would later tell stories about the king of the gods. They would remember the thunder, the storms, the power. But the oldest storytellers remembered something else. They remembered the day Zeus gave up his greatest weapon. To save a world that couldn't save him. And perhaps, that was the moment Zeus truly became a king. Not because he could command the heavens, but because he finally understood what it meant to protect them. So what if Zeus really lost his lightning forever? Perhaps the greatest twist is this. He didn't need it to become a king. He needed to lose it. To discover what kind of king he truly was. But now I want to hear your version. Would you have made Zeus sacrifice the lightning? Or would you have used its final strike to destroy Nyx? Comment. Lightning or Nyx? And if you want another impossible mythology story, subscribe now, because the next question might be even more dangerous.